So we've been following the Warden's blood trail, and
Yeah.
I just think he's lost a lot of fucking blood. I don't know how he's still conscious.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is a
right.
lot.
That's almost too
One of these
much.
Splatters, yeah. And it's like a mile-long trail. How is he not bled out yet?
Right.
I'm a bat.
In the last episode, we talked a little bit about Batman's interests other than fighting crime. And I wanted to get in more of his psychopathy because he's definitely borderline psychopathic.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
of the
100%.
tragic events of his life, he
Seems
switched.
like a schizoid too.
Yeah, he probably has multiple personality disorder because he can flip on a switch to turn into Bruce Wayne. But
Right.
he feels so in control as Batman and so like I don't know if you've noticed in other depictions of him, but in the animated series, when he's Batman, he takes like shit from nobody as Batman.
Oh, yeah.
When somebody's like in trouble and he helps them, he's like, "You shouldn't have been in trouble. Like, why were you
Yeah.
in trouble?" It's like, dude,
Why were
you just saved my life. He's like,
girl?
"You shouldn't have even been here. Why are you here?"
Yeah.
He gets pissed that other people are like in the way of him doing his job.
Right.
But I could see as Bruce Wayne, he's just like, more empathetic. He's, he feels for other people more than Batman does.
Right.
Batman's like reluctant to help all these people, and Bruce Wayne actually like feels for the people that he's helping.
Right.
I recommend unloading them into... I can't read this. Unloading them into your head.
Hey. Knock it
He's
out.
got some good sights there.
Can't shoot through rocks though. And he's already forgotten.
Oh, yeah, it was probably just a bear. Do you guys have any other things to take on his delusions of grandeur, or his, I guess a good introduction is how Scarecrow or Hugo Strange likes to diagnose him with all these different medical anomaly things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like.
Oh, you have a superiority complex. Oh, and you're a messiah, and oh, you want to, take on the police system because you think it's corrupt.
I mean, it was.
I know, but like,
Right.
not the
I mean,
typical
there's
person
definitely-
would say like, oh yeah, all the police are corrupt. And Batman,
There-
he sees Jim Gordon
Yeah.
as a good guy.
Oh yeah. There's a there's a reason that
Go to the trash. Oh, I went.
that Batman has the troubles he has. I mean, like, and the thing, you could say he's like overconfident and like super self-assured, but like he kind of
Earned it.
has to be. Yeah, he kind of had to be to get to where he was, and B, like, yeah, like Sean said, he's fucking earned it. Like, 99% of the time, he knows what he's talking about. That's like, let's skip fucking the niceties of it. I'm just gonna say what I know, essentially. And yeah,
what
he
you're
does get caught up in it.
What you're describing then is some kind of dissociative, like, mentality. So
he doesn't
he's
dissociate.
He
doesn't dissociate.
He's so particular of what he
He's
says.
definitely antisocial, but
Yeah, but I'm getting to the main crux of what we're describing here is that's like borderline autistic personality. 'Cause
Oh,
he's,
yeah.
he's
Yeah,
very fixated
definitely.
on small things, and he
Yeah.
says
Yep.
things precisely how he wants to say them. And if
Probably
something
hard.
doesn't go the way he
A little bit.
wants it, he'll flip out.
it's hard for him to make personal connections.
Yep, he's very
Yeah,
antisocial.
people too.
He pushes everyone away too. You know what I mean?
Definitely more schizoid than autistic.
He does definitely have some
Yeah,
schizoid.
it's definitely under the
tendencies,
same umbrella in a lot of cases.
Yeah. beast.
But even just his just overall depressive nature, you know.
This guy can grab me.
Dude's
Oh.
been depressed his whole life. So
Dude, you just
I
got
mean,
tetanus. He's just scratching you up.
But yeah, I just think it's a lot of. I mean, there's probably some PTSD in there. There's probably a lot of stuff in there. Batman probably's got a lot of shit going on in his head.
Which kind of makes him
Definite-
more of a superhero because nobody,
Well, yeah, he's overcoming a lot of shit. Like the
no normal
depression,
person could go through that and come out unscathed, you know?
There's definitely anxiety there. You know what I mean? Like, because of how he's paranoid as fuck all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, what's this? He's like,
Questioning
so
everything.
there's definitely depression, anxiety. There's some schizoid tendencies. There's some autistic things in there too, I suppose. And
Well, he's super smart with like a lot of things, and he's very knowledgeable about a lot of different stuff, which is
yeah. But that and
so focused.
what happens when you focus on that, but basically turning yourself into a genius at peak physical form, when all your time's dedicated to that, your social abilities kind of tend to suffer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
And he didn't get with any
That could
cosmic
explain it, too.
radiation. He didn't get kicked like with he wasn't born an alien. He was
didn't get bit by a radioactive bat.
no. He's just a guy that saw something happen that was really tragic, and he decided like, all right, I don't
Guy
want
with
anybody else to
extreme-
feel this.
A guy with extreme depression and anger issues who was incredibly driven to the point of developing his mind to beyond to genius level, and his body to peak body, top 5 martial artists in the DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Heard a burp, burp, burp. Alright, let's flick Clayface out.
Wait, is he sharp now?
I think
Uh,
if I
he's-
remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Fucking I think Lady Shiva's the number 1 martial artist in the DCU.
no, I am. Haha, I win.
I'm pretty sure it's
What?
Batman.
No, it's me. Haha, I win.
No, he's up there, but I'm pretty sure it's her that's the best.
When I think about it more, I think it might be Iron Fist.
Well, actually, he is a character owned by Marvel Comics, while Batman is owned by DC Comics.
Detective Comics comics.
Yep.
Detective Comics.
Yep. Detective Comics, dude.
God, look at all that
How that-
tangent floating around her head.
Why can't they just stick to more Detective Comics? You know,
What do you
Right.
mean?
I mean, a lot
More
of their
people
big
like
guys, a lot of their big IPs aren't detectives. Just I can only think of Batman.
Batman has the most titles at
Question.
DC. You know what I mean? Like he's got a lot. What was the question?
No, just the Question, the hero.
Oh, yes, the question's
He's
a
like
detective.
Rorschach, but he doesn't have the swirly face. He just has no face.
Well, he's who Rorschach is based off of.
Yep.
Rorschach is a good detective.
He tried to kill Lex
Yeah.
Luthor in the Justice League cartoon.
Yes, he did. Detective Chimp. He's a detective.
Sounds awesome.
Um,
Well, let me just play
Hawkman's
my
an
game. boy here.
archaeologist, so you could call him a detective.
He's the history detective.
Yeah, the detective of history.
Well, I'm a detective of video editing.
There's a whole group of
Superman's
Well, I
the
always say
detective of a paper.
there's a investigative reporter. Yeah,
Yeah, so he's
yeah.
kind of a
He pretty
detective.
much is a detective. Yeah.
So everything is like a spin-off
He's
of
just
it,
not
like,
a private eye.
and
No.
so is Diana Prince. She's a detective of rare items.
That's just the movies. Green Lantern's a space cop, so detective.
You think he got detective? He's not like in Vice or something like that.
Well, I mean, he is, but the nature of being a Green Lantern, kind of, you have to be both. There's only 2 Green Lanterns per sector, so.
Is Martian Manhunter a space detective?
Yeah, he's a police officer.
Okay.
His alternate, his
Oh, upskirt.
alter ego. Flash is a forensic scientist, so detective. But that's the thing, though. Like with
Martian
superheroes,
Manhunter hunts men, so that's kind of a detective.
well, yeah, but in his civilian identity, whatever that he takes on, John Jones is he's a detective as well.
So what you're telling me is that DC Comics likes to rehash the same exact archetype for all the characters. Gotcha.
Well, it's the
Everybody's a detective now.
it was a common thing in early comics to have your superheroes be law enforcement. You know what I mean?
We detectives now.
Because that's American traditionalist, whatever, authority figures or whatever. So yeah, it was a tradition.
Yeah, back
Especially
in the day,
when these guys
those
happened,
old
you know.
noir movies were popular,
Yeah.
super popular.
Well,
They're like, oh, let's just make
Noir
comics.
movies and pulp fiction.
Mhm.
The pulp books, which were all like noir detective or shit like Tarzan or Conan, like it was like fantasy or detectives, and and a lot of the guys who did comics came from the pulps. So,
Mhm.
And we'll have to end it there. Another riveting discussion of Batman's detective prowess.
What's shattering it? Get out of here.
he's a detective.
And his mental states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll be back with more Batman Arkham Asylum.
Next week, return match with the Riddler.